Holy flippity flip flop flap and smokes everyone. The sell-off is back and stocks are tanking. But what you're probably wanting to know, what caused this sell-off and is it going to get better or worse? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get in today's video. We're going to go over all the action that happened in the markets and some insights for what could be about to come. So everyone, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Well, okay, everyone. First things first, we saw a big sell-off in the NASDAQ today, down 2.51%. Many people thought that the sell-off was finished in tech, but we are seeing it is resuming again. And I'll get into a moment why. We can see here as well, the S&P 500 fell from peak to trough of 1.7%. And unfortunately for Cathie Wood, things keep getting worse and worse. Her fund fell 5.4% today, and it fell below a critical support level of $80. We can see here there was a little bit of a sell-off in gold and silver, but it did hold up better than stocks. Now there seems to be a new trend, everyone. We can see here over the past few days, the US dollar has been crashing. It's gone from a high of 96.2 cents and we've fallen to a low of 94.6. This is very strange, everyone, because normally when a central bank says we're going to start lifting interest rates like the Federal Reserve said, you would think the dollar would increase. But it looks like there's about to be some new headwinds coming for the US economy, which we'll get into in a moment. Also, look at this. This is the 10-year US Treasury. We can see here it has taken a U-turn and it's gone from a yield of 1.8% all the way down to 1.69%. So we're seeing a very big shift in the bond market when you think it would be falling with the Federal Reserve set to sell bonds. But no, we're seeing a flight to safety. But what's some new data we just got today that show things could be weakening for the US economy? Well, this everyone, US initial jobless claims rose to the highest since mid-November. Unemployment applicants unexpectedly jumped to 230,000. So what we're starting to see is the Federal Reserve, they've had to print trillions and trillions of dollars. The government has had to spend trillions and trillions of dollars of fiscal stimulus just to get us back to the level we were before the pandemic. But now we're seeing all of a sudden it isn't over and things are getting worse. But this is at a time when inflation is at record high. And that means the Federal Reserve and the government aren't going to have the tools to fight off this next downturn. Also, what's something I've been talking about on the channel lately? I've been saying the reason why it doesn't look like the indexes, the stock market is crashing is because it's been covered up by the large caps. But this shows what's really happening in the markets and shows that the crash is already underway and some opportunities may be coming. Like this everyone, the number of stocks down 50% or more is almost at a record. 40% of indexes firms have fallen by half from 1 year highs. And what did I say is the last line of defense and would cause the indexes, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ to go down? Well, I said it is just the top 5 to 10 companies that are holding up the index because they make up the majority of the weight in the index. And what happened to large caps today? Well, it wasn't good. We can see here Google fell from peak to trough 2.8%. This was a big U-turn because as we can see here, the large caps were actually up early in trading. We can see here Apple down 1.9%. Microsoft got absolutely hammered today, which could have had a big impact on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. It is down 4%. And remember, Microsoft has a market cap of 2.2 trillion. So it does have a big effect on the market. And we can also see Amazon got hit hard today as well, down 2.4%. And also quickly with crypto investors, we continue to see that Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market is linked to the NASDAQ high growth stocks. It is a risk on asset. So when things are looking good in the stock market, people flood to crypto. But when we go to a risk off market and a flight to safety, we see crypto fall. So we're definitely seeing a lot of volatility in the markets. And what you have to know is when the stock market enters a downtrend, a down period, it's not going to drop day after day. We saw it bounce over the past 3 days, but we're continuing to see weakness. And like I've been warning about, there could be more pain to come if the Federal Reserve has to lift interest rates higher. And what's quite worrying is there was no major huge news today that caused this sell-off. So could this be insider selling like we've seen over the past 2 months? Because this is what we saw in December, everyone. CEOs and insiders sold a record 69 billion of their stocks and the year isn't over yet. And maybe they are continuing to do this in the new year. So everyone, it's definitely looked like things are getting interesting in the markets. But what do you think caused this sell-off today? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.